We had a closer look at numbers. Now, before we have a closer look at booleans and strings, let's have a look at something where we already used one part, operators. Now, we already used the plus operator to add two numbers. I guess it's pretty clear what the plus operator does. It's called operator because we perform an operation with it. We add two numbers in this case. Now, of course, Python has more than the addition operator. We can also do subtractions, for example. We can simply take two numbers and subtract them from each other. Now, of course, we're not limited to that. We can do all the basic arithmetic, so we can also multiply numbers. We can also divide numbers, like this. And here the important part just is, here, note that we're dividing two integers, 5 and 10, but the result by default actually is a float. So Python does not give us an integer, something like 0 maybe, because it cuts off the decimal place, but it does the conversion to a float for us and gives us that float result. Now, if you want to have the other behavior though, if you want to get an integer as a result, you can use the double slashes. That is the floor division operator. Here, for the same operation with the double slash operator, we get 0 as a result because it automatically cuts off the decimal place. We also got two asterisks, which would be the power operator. So if we got 5 to the power of 10, for example, we would get that result here. So this is really just allowing us to do some exponential calculations. Now, last but not least, one other core operator we gotta know is the modulus operator. We can use it to get the remainder of a division. So in this case here, 5 divided by 10. We can't divide this. 10 doesn't fit into 5 one single time, so the remainder is 5, and that would be the result. Now, one important note about these operators, the plus operator also works with strings, as you already saw. You can concatenate two strings. And the multiplication operator also kind of works with strings, but only if used correctly. Let me show you what this means. If we got a string like hello and another string like world, if we add the plus, so the addition operator, Python will concatenate both into one string. So if we create a greeting variable and we store that hello world text I just created and we output greeting thereafter, then we just get hello world here, so one string. Now that's good to know. I also mentioned that you can multiply strings. Now what I don't mean is that you can do hello times world. If you try that, you'll get an error, because this is a type of multiplication Python is not capable of doing. What you can do, however, is you can take a character or also some text, like hello, and multiply it with a number, like 10. And then Python will repeat that text 10 times and concatenate it into one string. This is often useful if you create some kind of graphical output with, let's say, some separation. You want to create a horizontal line. Well, you can do it like that. This is what you can do with strings. The other operators, which you use just with numbers, and that includes both integers and floats, should be pretty clear, and simply play around with them to learn more about them.